All right.
Yeah, we hear you well, man. We hear you well, man. So I was so thank you for hitting me too. I was so inspired. You drive trucks, right?
Yeah, yeah, man. I drive trucks across the U.S. right now.
Man, and I heard you say in an interview, I forget what interview it was, but it takes 30 minutes to fuel a truck, 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah. Sometimes if I'm driving one of them CNGs, which is the clean energy burning trucks,
Uh-huh.
so sometimes it could take 30 to 40 minutes to fill one of those up. For that time, if I'm out somewhere nice, I'm gonna go ahead and get my jump squats in. I'm gonna go ahead and do my running, my push-ups while
Uh-huh.
it's right there filling up. And you can check me on my social media. You'll see I'm doing it every time faithfully.
Man, that's crazy. And that definitely deserves like a huge round of applause, man.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Uh, who you fighting Saturday?
So I got this guy. My opponent. His name is Dominique Crowder.
Uh-huh.
What is he? 7-0. I'm at 8-0. We both at this 126 division featherweight. So it's gonna be a good fight, man. It's they got us beautifully put up right there in the main event on that poster. I don't know if it's main event bout. I don't know how the bouts is set up, but man, it's that stepping stone. It's a good test, something that could really boost my career,
Right.
and I'm coming to do what I got to do, the same thing I've been doing, and just a greater reward with this type of opponent right here.
Where is it?
We out here in South Carolina. We here at Myrtle Beach, so we
Oh,
all I'm at the resort. So I landed today, so I'm here relaxing, man. It's nice as hell. I got a nice ocean view on the 10th floor. I'm loving it right now. So I'm still up, man. I'm about to get ready and tone it down and hit the bed after this.
oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but other than that, man, I'm good. Like I'm still energetic. I mean, I'm just up, feeling good and enjoying this time, man.
Uh-huh. And so this would be a step up fight to potentially get a deal on like with so what's the end goal? Like you become 9-0. What's the next step for you?
Yeah, I would figure at this point, possibly looking at being able to, get a bigger check, more eyes on me, whether it's, any promotional companies,
Mm.
things like that, where they can sit there and be like, hey, this dude is really, coming up and doing this thing, and really just getting more eyes on me so that I can make those bigger moves going forward.
Yeah, Deacon 305 said barbershop conversation. Think of your fastest growing city in the country. That's the barbershop bomb squad. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. You know what I mean? So how can we watch the fight?
So the fight will be streamed on www.bxngtv.com. So as soon as you go to that, you're going to see it, and it's going to be that poster is going to be right up there. It's going to have a link. I believe it's $15, but I believe it's like 12 fights, 12 or 13 fights that's on that card. So it's going to be a good night of fights, man. They got a live event. They're going to have a live crowd here, which is going to be great. It's going to feel normal because
Mm.
vice versa. My last fight was on Showtime back March 13th. We were that last fight before the whole pandemic completely broke out and shut everything down. So the day of our weigh-ins, they either said we're going to cancel the fights, or they said nobody, or you're not going to allow people to come in. So they only allowed it a very selective few to come in, just close family members, and so it's good to be back in that ring and having them fans out there. But nonetheless, man, I got to go in there and do my job,
Mm.
whether it's fans or no fans.
Right. Who do you like at 126? Some of the guys that.
Honest to God, truth, I ain't even pay attention to the division like that.
Mm.
I ain't even gonna lie. I can't even give you a name to be honest, because which I'm very into boxing, and I can tell you 130s, I can tell you 135s, 140s, and all of that. But my 130, my 126, I couldn't really tell you.
Mm. So you wouldn't know the name Gary Russell Jr.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. I know Gary Russell Jr., but that's
Uh,
what you got to tell yourself. It's levels to this.
yeah,
That's end game. Yeah,
yeah.
that's when you got to be truthful. You be crazy as hell. Be like, all right, man. Hey, Gary Russell sent you an offer. If it ain't no crazy bag at some point where you just go pick up that bag, then
Uh-huh.
you don't take that fight right now. Not unless you just trying to go in there and just to be in there. And I ain't in there just to be in there. I'm trying to be in there to win, and
Right,
I want to be that name at one point instead of going there
right.
just against that name.
Absolutely right. Before you came in, we were talking about Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. Who wins that fight?
It depends on how that fight come out and play, man. Especially after that, that little knockdown with with Green Machine or Me Machine. You always gonna have that thing like, damn, if a Earl touch him, how is it gonna happen? And Terrence Crawford, he down the bar, he ready to he ready to
Right.
brawl with somebody. So
Right.
it's easier for him to get touched. And we seen that. Uh, Earl would still fight that fight just like how he fought with Sean Porter. He'll fight that fight and he
Right.
got the gas tank to go. So it
Right.
really comes to, who can withstand because obviously, it's a lower caliber, but you see Terrence Crawford still putting these dudes down. But honest to God truth to me, after that last performance from Earl Spence, I was favoring Terrence Crawford, to be honest, after that Danny Garcia fight.
Mhm.
But there's just one fight. Now it's his fight coming back. It just really for me, man. I ain't got a dog in that race, man. I just want to see the fight.
No,
Whether whoever fight, I don't care about none of the politics. A lot of people go into what the purse going. I don't care about none of that. I know that's part of them to make the fight, but me as a fan of the sport, I
mhm.
don't care because I don't get a percentage of it. Y'all talk about me getting a kickback on it, then we could talk about y'all money. But other than that, I just want to see the fight, and I just don't know if it's ever gonna happen. To be honest.
Yeah. What did you see in that Spence fight that made you pick Crawford even more? Or what
I
didn't you see?
can't say that it. I don't know. It was just something that whole to me. It was just something in there that it just looked at. I just felt saying just off of that performance. I know obviously I can contest to that an opponent, that styles make fights, but from what I seen of Earl in that ring that night, say if we just changed out, Danny and put Terrence in there, I would have favored, Terrence to beat him on that night. But it's kind of a blur of the fight to me now, to be honest. But
Sure.
it was just something that I seen on that night where I was like,
I get it.
ooh, it was just that to me. But whether they have their next fight, that can always change that momentum. Um, I would still favor Spence to win, to be honest. But it was just that night I said, hey,
Okay.
it was. I think the odds was a lot more closer to me than a
Sure.
straight. Oh yeah, it's still a 50-50 fight in my mind. Um, I just want to see it, man. That's
Man.
everybody need to stop this marinating. This marinating the fight. For me, a fight is not going to get any more interesting the longer it waits. I want to see that fight when I want to see that fight, but I understand the business behind it.
Yeah. What's your take on 135? Those guys.
One man, 135. They need to mix this shit up too, man. Just like think about that golden era when we had everybody fighting everybody. If
Yeah.
every as man, that's all it's kind of frustrating, honestly. It when I talk about it because we this person need to fight that person if he want to fight me, and this person need to fight that person, and that shit really takes the joy out the sport.
Mhm.
It just prolongs the situation. Next person, I think this is just me, but this is at the level I'm at. With some of these fights, man, they need to have it 40-40. Whoever wins get that extra 20%. I think that'll put an incentive behind them. They still get in the bag. And obviously, the money is where, why we in it. But you gotta still at some point understand that if you go knock off one of these dudes, then you can start making those calls. But y'all ain't really, in that position to, oh well, this person need to go fight that person to show me something on this side, and that's what I don't like. That's why with me myself, I'm down to fight the guys at an early part of my career at just any point, man. When I was at 4 fights in, I was calling out the guy who was 16-0 and he was the Minnesota State champ at 130 and
Wow.
he was getting the opportunity to fight at 126 pounds. And I've been calling him out since 2018. And the dude unfriended me from Facebook and all of this stuff and didn't want to say. And I'm just like, dude, I just want to fight. And I'm willing to put myself, to get in that ring with somebody that's, on that level or a little bit better because it's going to be out the better fighter in me. And I'm willing to, go in that ring and do the same thing. But I wish these other dudes was willing to do the same thing, to be honest.
Well, the fact that you're fighting another undefeated guy at 8-0, you understand what I'm saying is absolutely quite impressive. How would you rank?
Yeah, because it's
Go ahead.
say it again.
No, go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, because I would figure, for me to make a name, I gotta take a name. So,
Mm,
you know, at any point, this guy, he's from the East Coast at DMV area. He's from Baltimore. They said he did Golden Gloves and things like that, and won a New York Golden Gloves. So I'm like, okay, you got the props behind you. I I don't knock somebody. I don't sit there and be like, oh, this person's a bum. I'm gonna tell you, no, I believe you good, and I'm gonna show you that I'm better. So
right.
once I beat you, it's not gonna be like, oh, he was easy work, this and that. It's gonna be easy work because I trained my ass off. But once I beat you, I beat a real guy, a formidable opponent in there in that ring with me. And
Mhm,
that's what I'm about. And that's one thing that I loved and give me that drive that much more.
mm. How would you rate them? How would you rank them? Excuse me, at 135.
Ranking at 135, I got off of like their skills or just where they at or
Where
what they accomplished.
who's the best?
I guess I got off of accomplishments. I go with obviously Tiafimo winning accomplishments. I go Tiafimo, Devin Haney. Um, oh no, wait a minute, I forgot because Tank in there. I don't know. I got Tank. I like Tank over all of them,
Oh,
regardless.
wow.
Period. To
Who?
be honest, I'd like Tank. I believe truly in his power. Also, I feel like he has more than just power. He's fast as hell. I don't think a lot of people understand that. I think he got some very fast hands. I favor him to mix it up with all of them dudes and beat them. To be honest, um, I'll put him as my number one at that 135. Um, I would rather see him versus Tiafimo, and then I'd rather see Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia. To be honest, I think that'd be a more interesting fight for me to watch, um, just because of their styles more so. So I'll put Tank, Tiafimo, Devin Haney, then Ryan Garcia.
Okay. Okay. How good is Ryan Garcia, and were you impressed?
I actually am impressed with Ryan Garcia. To be honest, most people, I sit there and I tell somebody, I was like, they'd be like, who would you fight at that weight class? Obviously, I'm not at that weight class. Um, I said the last person I truly would kind of be like, I would fight whether if I had a pick, I would pick Devin Haney or Tiafimo to fight in that weight class before Ryan Garcia or Tank, to be honest.
Mhm.
Which I know that some people are gonna be like, what? That sounds crazy. But it's something that Ryan does have that I do see that it's like, okay. And that's just my input on it, to be honest.
He's a competitor. I mean, I see him wanting to compete, but I don't think I think he's about the milk boxing for for what it's worth. You
Yeah,
know, he's
I feel you.
definitely about to try and best to do his. So people in the ask a couple minutes ago when he was talking about Earl, they asked the last person that said they saw something in Earl, they lost 12 rounds to nothing.
I was shit. I don't know what he was. I wasn't in the ring to get in the ring with him or see Earl. I ain't see nothing in Earl where I'll be like, hey Earl, hey, I'll fight you. I ain't see nothing like that.
Mm.
So I don't know what the hell Mikey was smoking when he seen something.
Uh,
That's crazy. Yeah, and he was putting his hand up like he won every fucking round. Hey, that boy got out the round. Did
uh-huh.
it? I was calling for mid. I thought I was like fifth to seventh round knockout is honestly what I thought I was gonna see,
Uh,
and it didn't happen. But I didn't expect nothing else other than a victory for Earl Spence that fight.
what's your take on Haney's skill set?
I like Haney. He's very technical. I like his style. I really like Devin Haney's style. Um, he put them punches together very very nice. His whole game, and I like exactly how he does it. Think about how he fought Gamboa. You obviously he did not Gamboa out, but he also ain't take no damage from Gamboa.
Wow.
That that right there, and that's something. Obviously, I always let people know there's levels to the game. Everybody knows that. But for my first couple of fights, or my first fight, I should say, my first and my fourth fight, my first and my fourth fight, I was in the ring and literally my opponent glove didn't land on me, on my face. Not with any force or authority to where it was a punch. It could have probably grazed at the end, like, but it wasn't anything where it was like any forceful. And
Uh,
that was something so that's something I very much appreciate. So that was something I was able to pick up that I seen in Devin Haney fights. He's not in there getting touched that much, but he's putting a lot of damage on these opponents.
yeah, I definitely see that, and it's funny that that style is not appreciated. You know, like Hart,
I appreciate that because that's what boxing is. It's about hitting and don't get hit. And I honestly will say before me, like, Mayweather was a big part for, it's more than just Mayweather, but Mayweather was a big part for me stepping in the ring. I'm a fan turned fighter. I can sit there and back and watch it. And then I got into the sport like, man, I'm about to do this at the age of 21.
uh-huh.
And I just stuck with it and just grinded out and really was training and taking it serious.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate that boxing style, somebody who's like, okay, I can be that boxer, Obviously, people want to see that knockout and that fighting style, but I understand and I can appreciate that boxing. Some people will call it boring. I say, man, that's talent. That's a work of art. That's like watching the gymnastic figure skaters right there doing something. That's how beautiful it is to me, to be honest. I can sit there and appreciate it.
Now it is something special when you can a guy literally is coming in the ring to take your head off, and he doesn't even land a punch of
Yeah.
any significance. You know, that's overly impressive. You know, I thought the world of that performance. I just wanted a knockdown. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
for marketing purposes, like you know what I mean? Like you got to set a precedent. You got to set a line. Like no, this dude can't cross. You know what I mean? Like in terms of
Hmm.
fan appeal and stuff like that. That definitely would have made him way more marketable. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. For sure. For sure.
so Saturday night. What's the website again?
It's what is it? It's abbreviations for boxing. It's bxngtv.com. So
Mm,
that's the website. As soon as you click on there, you're gonna see the poster. It's gonna have you the links to get there. Like I said, it's $15. Um, but it's at least 12 fights on the fight card or whatnot. So it's gonna be a fun night, man. It's gonna be phenomenal. I'm excited, man. I'm back in the ring. It's been a long time, man. It's the longest layoff ever. But we did everything right in training camp, so I ain't gotta have no reasons to be like, oh, I got ring rust or timing was off, man. We did everything we need to do in camp.
mhm.
So I'm ready to get in that ring and throw some bows.
Call in Sunday and let us know how you did. You know,
Oh, for sure,
I'll
man. For
this stuff.
sure.
And
Yeah.
but don't hesitate. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Platform is yours. Don't ever hesitate. You know what I mean? And you know, I don't care if you amateur, pro, 8-0, 30-0, three-time champion. I don't give a fuck. Use this motherfucker up. You know what I mean?
I feel you. I
You
feel you.
know,
Yeah. So and definitely, and I'm gonna also be having a stream. They got the professional stream set up. That's what the boxing TV is. So that's gonna be the professional stream. I think they got Willie Monroe Jr. He's gonna be
commentating.
commentary. Yep. So
Oh,
he's gonna be there commentating and stuff. And so
dope.
it's gonna be nice, man. Man, it's beautiful, man. I'm just happy. I like how the poster artwork came out. They got us right there in the dead front center, like like I said, that was a big plus, like a good boost feeling. You
Yeah.
know, it's neutral grounds. It's not his promoter. It's not my promoter. Um, so we coming in. Someone like you basically like even playing field. In my mind, mentally, I'm coming in as B side, even though I'm with a better record. But in my mind, I'm coming as a B side, and I'm coming here to I don't want to win by a little bit. I need to make sure that they understand that I win. Whether he quit, whether the ref stop it, whether it's a knockout, either way it go, I'm coming to be victorious in this on the
Right.
night of this fight.
My last one. How many pounds you got to lose in the morning?
I think actually I didn't bring my scale with me. I'm about to go and get the test scale and whatnot. But I'm less than probably 4 pounds, less than 4 pounds.
Okay.
So I'm feeling good. That's the best, beautiful part. Um, it'll probably be honestly because I was only today. I was what I was I woke up and I was only 6 pounds away.
Uh-huh.
So I did a nice little light workout. So I
Mhm.
knew I dropped a lot of weight. So at the absolute max, I should be at absolute max, maybe 3.5, maybe 3.5. That's absolute max. So
Mhm.
I'm super excited to wake up and just be like, oh, okay, we got a
Yeah,
pound and a
yeah,
half
you're
and
gonna
be
lose.
happy.
You're gonna lose a pound, pound and a half tonight. Isn't that the
Yeah, yeah,
how you lose
sleeping.
a pound and a half by sleeping?
Yeah, man. I actually, man, I'll wake up and I lose a good amount. So I'm like,
Huh.
My natural, yeah. I'm good. I'm happy. I say it's surprising. This is another fight where I need to you know concentrate on my body, see how I feel, because I was like, I don't know if this is gonna be my last fight here at 126 or not. Uh, just because I never truly did like the cut and weight thing.
Hmm.
But it's not really draining. More so as mentally where I think, and I'd be like, damn, do I really want to cut this weight? But sometimes I'd be like, man, I want to, let me get a nice tall cup of water or something.
Yeah.
And right now I got to stick away from that. But if I was if I was at 130, I wouldn't. It's not. I don't even have to get in the sauna for 130.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I make sure I eat clean, prior to joining my camp. Eat clean, so everything is burning off a lot easier.
Mhm.
And then technically it's what really maybe like 3 pounds of water weight,
Yeah.
and I could do that the night of the day of the weigh-ins,
Yeah.
and I'm really, I'm still gonna feel energetic. I still feel energetic now. I don't feel like I'm losing any muscle. I don't feel like I'm losing any advantage. Um, so that's why I'm like, I don't have to make this my last one,
Mhm.
but I could be a little bit more at ease in the mind, but still be sharp, still feel more powerful,
Mhm.
even at 130. So we'll see where we at. The main thing we got to go in there, get this job done, and make this fight happen right here.
Appreciate you, man. And what's your Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter is all at Marlon So Icy Sims. So you can go ahead and check me on one, and you're gonna see a link to the next one. I appreciate y'all to follow me on all of them, as well as my YouTube, because I want to make sure I get my YouTube followers up. So then when I do a stream of a fight, I can go ahead and do it straight off my YouTube and things like
Right.
that.
Right.
And instead of me doing it on one platform at a time, or trying to have multiple phones set up, and I want to have it set up at one direct spot where everybody can see it until we get to that point where my fights are, main event on these televisions on whether Fox or ESPN and things like that. And then everybody can watch them by the masses. So once again, man, the social media is Marlon So Icy Sims, man. That's MarlinSoicey. And I'm just doing my thing, man. I love this sport. I'm a fan of it. I'm a participant, and I just love it. And that's why I can do it with a smile on my face. And
Uh,
you know, we're not doing it for the money right now because the money ain't where it's at. So I do it because I know that if I do it right, the money gonna come later.
right.
So
Right.
that's my mindset of it right now. What I'm making now ain't gonna make or break me, and things like that. You know, so
Well, well,
that's just me, man. I feel good, man. I'm just,
you look good.
we real close, man. I feel good. Man, I'm just like that's why I'm still up, man. It's 12:48 here.
Yeah, it is.
But obviously, I just lost that hour coming from that Central Time, Minnesota. So I
Uh,
just came from that, and so actually, the whole tomorrow's gonna be a Saturday gonna be a phenomenal night. I'm gonna be in there representing Minnesota. Caleb Truax gonna be in there representing Minnesota against Caleb Plant. Uh, that's I'm a root for him because we both Minnesotians. You feel me?
uh,
But that is a fucking tall glass of water he got to drink that night. And it's
yeah.
not gonna be no easy work.
Uh,
He gonna have to go in there and out there and fight that dude
yeah.
because Caleb Plant ain't no. Hey, Caleb Plant ain't no.
Woo.
I'm just a champion. Caleb Plant got something. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm
It's
sure
in them.
y'all already know.
It's in.
Yeah,
It's in.
yeah.
It's in them. It's in
So
that
I'm
motherfucker.
I'm I'm rooting for Truax
Hmm.
because I know him. That's somebody I can hit up like, hey, I know this person.
Yeah.
I want to see my people come up, but
Yeah.
at the same time, do I think it's going to happen? No, and that's where I got to be honest with the sport and be honest with the game. I'm not gonna sit there just because I know you. I'm gonna say, oh yeah, I think how it's gonna go, but it ain't out the fucking window for him to go. If Caleb Plant sleeping on this night or whatever,
Yeah.
or
Could possibly
and
happen.
he can go in there
You
like he
know.
said, go out there and outfight him, not outbox him,
Yeah.
outfight him.
Yeah.
And
Maybe.
I think he still has a more than a good enough chance to go out there and do what he got to do. He's been training hard, and I'm excited to see that fight. So once I get done taking care of my business, picking up that victory there, I can go ahead and relax and watch Caleb Truax pick up his victory, and really just be riding that wave.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Caleb Plant arm will fall off Saturday morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something
Hell
like
no, no. You gotta say Saturday night, like after the fourth round. Other than that, the fight ain't gonna happen. So you gotta be after
that.
them first 4 rounds. Then if that motherfucker throw something, it just fall off. Then we can be like, all right,
Oh
well, Caleb Truax got this in the bag.
yeah, that's the only way I see it. You know what I mean?
Man, yeah, yeah.
Because Caleb Plant is a superhero, man. You know what I mean?
Man,
Yeah,
that dude is dedicated, grinding hard.
that's what I like
I like him. I like him. I like
I
him.
like about him.
You know.
You understand? And lastly, I just saw just to motivate you and inspire you more, just to let you. Earl Spence said he turned down a cash advance of $200,000 and bet on himself from Top Rank.
Yeah.
So
Then
he
that's what you got to do.
see what I'm saying? That's
At
what I'm saying.
times, yeah, you got to at times because
Money ain't
you got
there.
to understand. Yeah, exactly. You got to understand that, and that's something that I always take into consideration at the same time because hearing all the stories and being in the boxing game, you can hear what happens when people sign up promoters and how they can
Right,
go through and technically the you know promoter's supposed to work for us,
right,
and the way it comes down, if that promoter say, oh, we ain't got no fight for you right now, or you can take this crazy fight, or it's a whole bunch of that stuff, and that's something that I always go in there with my eyes open with.
right,
Um, from what I'm hearing and everything. And, so, we not just going to jump at, oh, well, somebody come, hey, we got a 60,000 advance for you. You signed, 10 years this way. Yeah, that's 60. Come on, man. I'm way more smarter than that. That's not going to, we're not going to, oh, 60,000 now, 60,000. Man, I could take and pass that little 60,000 advance on and possibly, within that next year or so, make more than that 60,000 in the fight, things like that. Uh, as well as, I just hope that, with the training and, because a lot of people in this sport really don't really, there's a lot of people that don't get to make it, you
right,
know. So I just want to make sure that I'm using these platforms to get my name out there, get a good following, and
right,
continue to do what I got to do in and outside the ring to, really get to that point and make enough to where I can be like, hey, my family is straight, and things
right,
like that.
right,
So,
right. Appreciate you coming in Saturday. Good luck at
man,
the.
I appreciate you for having me, and yeah, man, much love,
I'll
definitely.
clip this up. I'll clip this up and make its own video too. So
I
I
appreciate
thanks
that.
for coming in, man, and well, I appreciate. Thanks for coming in, man, and good luck. And we'll be
Man, I
watching.
appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, and I'm ready to go. And yeah, like I said, everybody go ahead and follow me on my social media, Marlon So Icey Sounds. Man, y'all make sure you hit the like button and tell a friend to subscribe, man, because the whole LDBC, the whole movement. I got the LDBC patch on my shorts and everything.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's dope.
yeah,
That's
man. Let me hold on one second. Let me show the
yeah,
people who don't, if they don't see it.
yeah, that's dope.
You know, Junior the Truth.
Yeah,
That's my guy right there. That's
you
my guy. So
yeah
I
you
got
just
him on the shorts, man.
you just
For
won us
sure,
over.
for sure.
You just won us over.
Yeah.
We winning.
So
Yeah.
y'all know exactly where I'm at, man. From the time I started,
Uh-huh.
just being down and so I support the whole movement, the whole everything,
That's dope.
and that shows it just right there, man. Y'all show me love, I'm gonna show the love back, and in any way I can. Somebody gonna be, oh, can we get an interview, man? Check me on the, one of the LDBC channels, man. I'm, it's a whole lot of stuff, man. Like I said, for me being a fan of the sport, I could talk all dang on day and night just about the whole, because I love it, man. Like I said, I look at this game still as a, obviously I want to make it a career where it's a full career for me at
Right,
this moment. It's not a, I take it serious as a career. I'm all in, and at the same time, though, I look at it still as a sport. It's something that I love and something that I'm still enjoying. So at the same time, I'm having fun with it every time I'm out. It's not going to be, I'm gonna embrace it as if I'm at that main event spot or that, that top notch spots because, you never know how long you got. So I'm going to enjoy it, embrace it to the maximum. And that's the way I appreciate and go through life through all points because that's how, that's how I live, man. I love to live and have fun and appreciate it. Wake up every day with a smile on my face and, understand and be so optimistic about the day.
facts. Good
But
luck. Good
let
luck.
me,
We'll be locked
yeah,
in.
man.
We'll be locked in. We'll be locked in for
All
sure.
right. I
Appreciate it
appreciate it, man.
all the
Peace.
time. All the time. Appreciate
Yeah,
you for
for
me. Good luck.
sure.
Yep, one man. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope, man. That was fun. That was fun. 8-0, trying to be 9-0 Saturday night, man. Salute to the champ, right? Salute to the champ, man. Driving trucks, cutting weight.